This is Cynthia D'Amour, and welcome to the Delicious Life Show. I'm the author of Goodbye, Good Girl, because successful women deserve delicious lives. And this show is dedicated to women who succeeded in spite of being raised as good girls. I want you all to know that life can be delicious. And that's what we're going to talk about and explore on this show. In the last show, I defined what it meant to be a good girl and what the three key rules are. If you don't remember them, it's to be of service, be selfless, and be sorry. So you were raised to be a good girl, to be a good daughter, a good wife, a good mom, a good girl. They still impact us. And how do they impact us? For most women, good girl rules function like a computer operating system. Sometimes you're super aware of them being, being activated. You know that your job is to serve. And other times they're just running real sneakily in the background. These rules can impact your relationships, your work, your dreams, and how you feel about life. In the beginning, as a child, you were taught that the price of being in your family was to be a good girl. Here are the expected behaviors as a good girl: be a service, be selfless, be sorry. And then you learned them. You didn't have a choice in this. As a child, you believed like this is your price of admission. This is how you get to stay in the family. And so you couldn't live on your own, so you didn't have a choice at that point. So you did what you needed to do. You learned to be a good girl. And with that, the good girl box was built. Your world was contained in a box where good girls live. And the kicker is the rules never changed, right? You were raised to be a good girl, but then it was a good daughter. Okay. A good wife, a good mom. Wait a minute, you're an adult. But even as you grew, your good girl box contained your brilliance. The goal was to dim your light and to keep you in your place, to help you to remember that your job is to be of service. It's to be selfless. It's to be sorry for everything, because if something goes wrong, it's your fault. And within that, that's your sense of worth, right? Like you're only as good as your only value is as good as that you are good, if that makes sense. Decades later, you're an adult and you're still expected to be a good girl, good daughter, good wife, good mom, good worker, right? We just expanded a bit. And this is reinforced because what they realized is that girls and women, we're actually really smart. So we have to have that box sort of cemented into us. And so early on, they taught us that if we weren't a good girl, do you know what the answer is? If you're not a good girl, you are blank. Do you know what it is? If you're not a good girl, you're a bad girl, right? And being a bad girl, oh my God, that's second cousins to death. I can't be a bad girl. Oh my gosh, because bad girls get punished. Bad girls get in trouble. Bad girls have bad lives. And if you're really bad, you may have even been told that you are a bitch, right? That was like the horror of horrors. Oh my gosh. I can't be a bad girl. I can't be a bitch, because then I don't have a place secure in my life. And that's what that box is all about. That's the training that we've gotten. It's an incredibly powerful mind strategy. It's a mind control strategy. Trained as a young girl, be bad, you might not get family. The repetition built it into your nervous system. You don't want to be bad. You don't want to be a bitch. You need to stay in your box. And then you're going to realize, well, some are prettier than others. Some boxes are prettier than others. Some people have luxury boxes and some of us have cardboard boxes, but it doesn't matter. It's still a box that we're expected to live in. And that's all designed to keep you in your place. And that's why the good girl rules are running an automatic pilot very deeply in your life. And they make life so much more challenging than it needs to be. So the good news is that once you start realizing the impact of these rules and how the good girl rules have limited you, then you can start doing something about it. And we're going to be talking a lot about the good girl boxes in the upcoming shows. Awareness is the first step. And I'm going to ask you this. What if you have a choice and instead of being burned out, stressed out, wondering if that's all there is, not having time to do the things you love, what if you actually had a choice? You had an option that you could have a delicious life on your terms. Ah, imagine. The glory, the fun, the deliciousness. Well, let me tell you, my friend, that is possible. And that's what we're going to get to. And if you don't want to wait for future shows, go over to my site, check out what's going on there, lifecanbedelicious.com. If you go lifecanbedelicious.com/book, you can actually grab the book and read ahead, get ahead, so that you have the big picture as we go through these different pieces. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, tell a friend, and I will see you in the next show. Mwah!